Today we're looking at Bass's favorite fig. The exact origin of this variety is unknown, but it was introduced by Bass, who is a collector out of Pennsylvania and who runs a nursery and shop called Trees of Joy. You can visit their website to see various varieties that they're growing. But for somebody who has a lot of varieties and names one after himself and calls it his favorite, I say is a pretty big compliment to this fig. The tree is in its first year for me. I had acquired a cutting from Harvey's annual Figaholic sale, and I had to clear a little bit of an area here so you can see what a monster it's been. It sits in a 15-gallon pot, and I will have to pan up so you can see the full height of the tree. You can see that with the pot, the tree has grown to be over 8 feet tall, which is incredible growth in a single season going from a cutting. I know some people have not had the same sort of experience, and that happens. You know, I seem to have lucked out with this particular tree. I have a few figs here that are ripening. You can see the color changing from a green to a purplish blush to a very dark purple there. It's been putting on figs at just about every node as it grows. Now there's considerable spacing between them because of the high vigor, but I should be getting figs for weeks to come here. The leaves are actually very sizable. You can see here this one is quite a bit larger than my hand, and it has a fairly rough texture to it. Here's another example, also tri-lobed. All right, so this will be the first time I'm trying one of these. I know that for a first year plant and first fig off the tree, it's not a great representation of what's to come, but let's see what it looks like and tastes like. Here are the two figs that I've picked today, but before I talk about them, I want to touch a little bit on the leaf first. The leaves I filmed outside were quite large, so I had to go further up the branch to find one that would fit in the shot. And you can see I've selected one that is exhibiting signs of fig mosaic virus, or at least what I believe is FMV. I know there's folks out there that are worried about FMV, so I wanted to take a little bit of time and share my experiences with it. Many, if not most of my plants have had symptoms of FMV, and most, if not all, seem to outgrow it in a season or two, and I don't see any long-term impacts of that. Maybe the best example is this BFF plant that has gone from a cutting to an 8-foot monster in a single season. It doesn't seem to be even fazed by it. So if you have plants with FMV, I would say give them good fertilizer, good sunlight, growing conditions, and long-term they'll be just fine. Now, onto these two pieces of fruit. I initially intended to just pick one, this one in my left hand. It's very soft to the touch, so I'm guessing it's ripe. The one in my right hand is probably about a day or two behind it. It's soft, but not quite as much. And I decided to pick it anyways just to compare the two to see if there's any differences in interior color or taste. The weights are pretty close. The one on the left is 22 grams, the one on the right is 24. Altogether, that would make it a medium-sized fig in my climate. The exterior color is fairly consistent. You can see a dark purple with some lightening towards the neck. And if I flip them over, I'll bring them a little closer so you can see the eyes. They are open, and what's interesting is the rim is not very orderly. You can see it's a bit frayed, so that's something I haven't seen very frequently. All right, let's cut them open and see what they look like on the inside. Here are the two figs cut open. You can see the color is fairly consistently a dark red. The more ripe fig is still on the left, and I'll bring the pieces a little closer so you can compare. I'd say that the extra day or two of hang time gives it a slightly deeper red color and also a little more of a gelatinous look. My guess is the left one is going to taste better, but there's only one way to find out. So let's give it a shot. So that's a very interesting flavor profile. I'm trying to find the right words to describe it. So I would say it's definitely a strong, intense berry flavor. Not too much sweetness with it, just the berry notes stand out. And there's actually an element of a smokiness, as strange as that sounds. It's something that I've tasted previously in Ronde de Bordeaux and not many other figs. So definitely a unique taste. I'm going to try the less ripe fig as well and see how that compares. So that is also good, but the flavors aren't as concentrated as the more ripe one. So giving it a day or two extra is definitely recommended. I really enjoyed this taste. It's a unique flavor, and I can see why Bas liked it. I hope you found this video useful. Thank you for watching.